Hi U8, if you've already tried the video from yesterday, here is the next sheet and I'll just go over it with you. The answers are down here, okay, so a bit blurry, sorry about that, but I'll just show you how to do these. So the same as yesterday, you need to match up, pen would be good, sorry about that, the first number with the first number in the second ratio, and the box with the other second ratio. You've got to figure out what did you do to the 3 to get 12. Now you're either timesing or dividing, nothing else, okay? So I know that I times by 4 to get 12. So that means I'm going to times this by 4. So something times 4 gives me 24. Or you can go 24 divided by 4, okay? Either way, hopefully you get 6. All right? So that's how you do those. So match up the second number with the second number and figure out what you multiply or divide by. And then match up the first number in the ratio with the other first number in the ratio. So this one here, I would say, okay, 5 times 3 gives me 15. So if I go 2 times 3, that should give me 6. Okay, now depending on which way you're going, you can either times or you can divide. So if you're going from a small number to a big number, you multiply. Obviously, if you're going from a big number to a small number, you would then divide. Okay, so there are some harder ones and just some more practice of what you did yesterday if you haven't already done yesterday's sheet. Now I'll do a couple of these just in case you're not sure. So question number 11, 16 matches up with the E. X matches up with the 225, and I use a different color because there's so many. And the 4 matches up with the 45. Now I figure out which one has got a number going to another number. 4 going to 45. Now I don't know about you, but I don't know what 4 times gives me 45. So sometimes it's easiest just to divide. Alright, so 45 on my calculator divided by 4 gives me 11.25. That's a bit of a yucky number, isn't it? But that's the number I need to use to figure out the other answers. Alright, so I've gone from 4, I've times it by 11.25 to get 45. So with the 16, I'm going the same direction, from the front to the other side, from the left side of the equals to the right side of the equals. Okay, so I can times by 11.25. Do that on your calculator. Big guess. So 16 times 11.25 gives me 180. So find, it's E, isn't it, that I want? Oh, wrong one. So let's find the letter E down here. There it is. I'm going to put 180 here. Now with the next one, I'm actually going from this side over to this side. So when you go backwards, just change it to a divided by. Keep the same number, 11.25. So I'm going to go 225, that's a big number, divided by the smaller number, 11.25. That gives me 20. X equals 20. Okay? So there's a hard one. Try number 10. And number 12 if you want some hard ones. Alright, so now with 13, you're going to get into some word problems. Let's see how we go. I'll do 1 or 2, and then you can try them on your own. Check the answers down the bottom if you're not sure. So the first one says, Sam's birthday balloons are coloured silver and gold in the ratio of 3:5. If there are 27 silver balloons, how many gold balloons are there? All right, so I'd like to have a look. Let me just get this. It's a bit on the fat side because I had to make this bigger. Notice it says silver and then it says gold. So that's the order that these have to be in. That stands for silver, that stands for gold, that stands for silver, and that stands for gold. Okay, so whatever the order in the question is, that's the order the ratios are in. Then it says 3:5, so I put those in those orders. 3:5. Now it says if there's 27 silver, so I put 27 where the S is. How many golds are there? So you've got to go first number with the first number, second number goes with the second number, don't you? Now again, you might be able to figure this one out. 3 times what gives you 27. If you can't, just do it backwards. 27 divided by 3 gives you 9. So we've actually times by 9 there. Okay, so that means I have to times this one by 9. 5 9s, 45. Okay, how many balloons? Where they're all together, that means I have to add my silver to my gold. So 27 plus 45 gives 60, and then plus 12, so that's 72 balloons, isn't it? Beautiful. All right, let's try the next one. Let's try. I'll leave the next. That's the 16. Those two are together. 15 and 16. 17 still got nice boxes. I might leave that one. I might do 18 because that's the first one without anything. So a street directory has a scale. So you've got to fill it out like this. Okay, same sort of working. So 1 is to 20,000, I believe that just set up there. If a street is 9.2 centimeters long in the directory, give its actual length in meters. Okay, so before the good old iPhone and maps, we had maps in books. They were called a street directory. So I don't know if any of you have seen this, but they've probably been out for quite some time. So it's like a big paper map. Sometimes you see them in movies in America, but of course with technology, everyone's got maps on their phones now. So you need to know that the smaller number stands for the measurement on the map. So I'll write measurement on, so that one stands for the measurement on the map. And this number here stands for the measurement in real life. Okay, so if you're standing on the road and you're looking on the road, what would the actual measurement be? All right, so it says if a street is 9.2 centimeters long, we'll say on the map. Okay, we'll pretend that might make more sense in a directory. So I have to put 9.2. Now, whatever units they give me in the question, that's what my units are going to be in the answer. But it does say here, length in meters. So we're going to have to change something in a minute to meters. So let's try this first of all. So there are your other boxes. We need to find that box there. So you have to say to yourself, what have you done to 1 to change it to 9.2? Timesing or dividing is all you can do. Hopefully you said I timesed. If you did, you are correct. So that's what you have to do to this one. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 20,000 times 9.2, and that gives me 184,000 on my calculator. Now, because this one here is in centimeters, this one here is also in centimeters. I can't change that yet until I get that box answer. Now that I have that box answer, it says give its actual length in meters, that last line of the question. So that means I have to change this number here, 184,000 centimeters, to meters. Do you remember how many centimeters are in a meter? If you remember a good old jumpy diagram, centimeters are here and meters are here. There's 100 centimeters in a meter, isn't there? And in a jumpy diagram, when we're going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, we divide. So you now have to divide by 100, which is the same as taking 2 zeros off the end, and your answer is 1,840 meters. Okay, now question 19, I think, is the same thing. It says if a street was 720 meters in length, how long would the street be in the directory? Okay, so we need to use that same 1 is to 20,000. Okay, this time we don't know this number, but we do know, oh, I made that a bit big, didn't I? We do know this number, and it's 720 meters, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's do it. We can do this. Okay, so I know going from, say, here to here, or the other way, it doesn't really matter. We've got to figure out what did we multiply or divide by to go from one to the other. So if I'm going this way, I am timesing, aren't I? 720 times what gives me 20,000. Now remember, the easiest way to figure out that what number is you go 20,000, the bigger number, divided by 720, the smaller number. And I get ooh, that's an ugly number. I get 27.777778, which is really 27.7 repeater. Now try and keep that on your calculator, and then you don't have to worry about other things. All right, so try and keep 27.777778 on your calculator. All right, now I want to go from here to here. Now notice when I went that way, I timesed. So if I go the other way, I just have to divide. So on your calculator, do 1 divided by answer. I think you've all got a thingy, but if you've got a sharp, I think you only just have to press equals and it should go in there. And when I do that, I get a decimal of 0.036. Now because this one here is in meters, this one here is in meters as well. But if we read the bottom line, it says, give your answer in centimeters, doesn't it? So that means I've got to change this to centimeters. So follow that same jumpy diagram, right? If I want to go backwards this way, what's the opposite of dividing by 100? Hopefully you said times. So that's what I'm going to do. 0.036 times 100. Times 100 on my calculator, and I get 3.6. That's my answer in centimeters, and that's my answer. There you go, you're 8. Try some of those other ones on your own. Bye.